Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. So glad you could join me because today folks I'm going to share with you my ultimate pizza dough recipe. Yes folks, this is the one. It's going to handle very well. It's got the perfect chew, the perfect texture. It's got the classic taste to it, a little bit of rustic built into it. Yes folks, it's the ultimate. It's easy to do. I'm going to share with you the recipe and the process, so let's get started right now. So here are the ingredients I'm going to use, and the ingredients are key. It's this mixture of flour for starters that gets us started off on the right foot. So here I have 235 grams of 00 flour at 13.3% protein level. And this is important. The protein level is very important. And in order to achieve that, I'm using this particular 00 flour, but you could use any 00 flour that has 13.3% protein. I like to show you what I'm using because I like to share with you my personal preference and what is working for me. However, please feel free to use any 00 with 13.3. And then I like to keep my flour in containers like this labeled for easy access. Okay, those containers are great. Alright, so we have 235 grams of 00 flour, 13.3%. Now here I have semolina flour. Now I'm going to use 50 grams of semolina flour, and that goes in there. And semolina flour is basically semolina flour that's been reground. This particular one specifically states that it's for pizza, but personally any semolina flour is going to work for you. They're all at 14% protein, so it's a real nice protein level that we're achieving by adding these two flours together. Okay, so that's the start. Very important. That mixture of flour is what's going to give us that rusticness and that perfect chew. Along with, now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of diastatic malt powder. And this is a natural, it sounds like a chemical, but it's not. It's natural. It's just made from barley, and it's malt powder. 1 teaspoon, which is 3 grams. That is a superfood for the yeast, and it also helps with the browning and the coloring, so it's another key ingredient. Okay, next we are going to add 1/4 teaspoon of instant dry yeast. So 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, and it goes. Let's just mix those together. Alright, see a nice mix going. Alrighty, now quite simply we're going to add 285 grams of water. And if you've been doing your math, the total flour that I've used, even though it's a combination of two flours, is 285 grams of flour. Now we're going to add 285 grams of water. And this is the start of what we call a poulish. So all we do now, quite simply, is mix these all together, and it's going to come out to a kind of a sloppy, kind of runny kind of dough. And that's what you want. So mix it well, and you know what I'm going to say. When you think you've mixed enough, mix a little more. It only takes a minute. You just want these ingredients to all come together. So let me give it a good mix. Okay. Now, if you take a look, right, that's what we got. A very runny kind of dough. But this is our poulish. And what this is going to do now is it's going to sit and rest for 12 hours. So basically all we're going to do is put a lid on it, cover it, and let it sit for 12 hours. And I'll show you in 12 hours that poulish is going to come nice and bubbly and airy. It's incredible. I'll show you it's evening right now. Tomorrow morning, 12 hours later, we'll take a look and we're going to make our final dough. But this is as hard as the recipe gets. Very simple start. Tomorrow, just as simple. So I'll see you in about 12 hours. Actually, just before I cover it, I want you to take a quick look and see our poulish right now. And then I will show you 12 hours later the difference. It's now time to check out our poolish. It's been sitting patiently for 12 hours. Oh my goodness, take a look at this, folks. Look at that nice little rise we got there. Oh, and look at this beautiful poolish. You gotta come take a closer look at this. Yes, a nice slow fermentation. Look at all those bubbles. Oh, the aroma, folks. Take a close look at this. Check that out. Look at those little bubbles. It's very, very active poolish right there, folks. Okay, absolutely beautiful. Is it exciting? You bet it is. Okay, let's make our dough. I almost don't even want to touch it. Wow, so nice. That's the start of something fantastic. Okay, so we're going to now, same as yesterday, 235 grams of that 00 high protein flour, same flour as yesterday, 235. Same flour as yesterday, 50 grams of our semolina pasta flour. So exact same flour that we used yesterday, same amount, 235 and 50. Total flour, 285 grams. Okay, to that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of our diastatic malt powder, once again, and again that's 3 grams. And today we're going to add some salt. Here I have 1.5 teaspoons of salt, which is 12 grams of salt. I'm just using fine table salt. Oh, there's a little bit of diastatic malt left there. Okay, and quite simply we're going to mix that together. Alrighty, into the poolish it goes. Alright, now along with the flour that we've just added to our beautiful poolish, I have here 83 grams of water. So 83 grams of water gets added in, and another key ingredient, 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. So 1 and 2. We get 2 teaspoons in there. Beautiful. If you have a container like this, once you empty it, wash it out before you put your new olive oil in, because there's always some clinging and you don't want it to turn your new olive oil rancid. Always keep it clean. Okay, I digress. Alright, so now we have all our liquid, all our flour. This brings it up to about an 65% hydration level. And I found that 65% hydration, 64.5 to 65%, is absolutely ideal for pizza. Ideal. And I've tried all kinds of different iterations of hydration, but this one is the absolute best. So now what we're going to do is mix this all together, and yes, we're going to get in there with our hands, and we're going to knead this. We've got to pick up all this flour. You can see here how the dough is coming, right? We're just picking up all the flour. It's just a shaggy kind of dough right now. So I think it's time to get in there with my hands. And we're going to mix this. So we're going to mix it till it becomes a nice, smooth and uniform dough. Usually about 2 minutes. So I'm going to get in there with my hands, pick up all that flour. It's going to seem a little bit crumbly, but don't worry, just keep working it and then squeeze the dough as you work it and pick up all that flour. So keep working it, squeezing it, pick up all the flour. Okay, I've got most of it already. It seems dry, but you're going to see it's going to get sticky. Alright. And there we go. We've picked up all the loose flour now, and we've got our dough started. Okay, so now we're going to use the pincer method and squeeze the dough. Just squeeze it. So we're going to work it, squeeze, turn, and just keep squeezing it. And right now you'll feel like little hard clumps, let's call them. because nothing's smooth and elastic yet. So we want to get this dough to the nice smooth state. So I'm going to do this squeezing for about 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm actually approaching 3 minutes now. I went a little bit longer. And there we have it. That's one beautiful dough right there. Now if you have a dough hook, by all means use your dough mixing machine. I have one, but I love to get that feel of that pizza dough. And yes, it's sticky. Okay, let's get this off my hands. Okay, so there's our dough. And don't worry about the stickiness, because it's going to get less sticky as time goes on here. It's going to get much less sticky and much more better handling. So I'm basically just going to put this dough together, right? Just kind of shape it into a little round. And now, quite simply, we're going to cover it and we're going to let it rest for 20 to 30 minutes. So let's give it a 20 to 30 minute rest, and then we're going to do our first set of folds. So 20 to 30 minutes, we'll be right back. So it's now time for our first fold. Our dough has been resting very, very nicely. So what you can do is you can just dampen your hand just a little bit. Okay, it'll just help with the stickiness factor, which really won't be that sticky. But what you're going to do is pick up the dough, pick it up, and fold it over. So pick it up and fold it over. Pick it up and fold it over. Let me take it out and show you here. Basically, you're just picking it up and folding it over. Pick up the dough, fold it over. And you can do this, you want to do this at least 10 times, but you can do it up to 20 if you'd like. And what it's doing here now is we're getting that gluten network going, and you can see the dough is firming up and less sticky already. And it's starting to also develop some character. Okay, as we're building this beautiful pizza dough, it's already shaping up to be an amazing dough, and it's only the first set of folds. Okay, so and I just love giving it these folds. Lift it and just fold it over. That's all you're doing. Okay, that's enough for our first set. Look at this beautiful dough already. Okay, so again, we're going to be a little patient because we're going to cover it up. We're going to let it sit for another 20 to 30 minutes, and then we're going to do one more fold. Time to do another fold, and you know the routine. Just going to dampen my hand just ever so slightly. And again, look at this dough already. It's starting to settle really, really nicely. Same thing, lift and fold. You know the routine, folks, right? Lift and fold. Lift and fold. So let's do another set of at least 10. There's something about working your own dough and making your own dough. There's a rewarding feeling about it. And I just love getting my hands in the dough and making that pizza dough. It's very, very, very rewarding. Okay, and you can see it's not really, it's a little sticky, but it's not really sticking. And this is the point where we're really developing character on this dough. And flavor, and the gluten network is working. Okay, I lost count, but I believe that's enough. You really only need 4 or 5, but I like to give it a little more and really work that gluten network. Okay, isn't that a beautiful start to our dough right there? Very, very nice. Okay, so now we're going to be patient again, and you can see a little sticky, but not bad. Final rise. Almost final rise. So we're going to let it sit now, and it's going to rise for, we're going to let it sit for 5 hours before we divide it. So we're just going to cover it up and let it rest nicely. Do that fermenting and rising and develop more flavors over the next 5 hours. Okay, so let's see how our pizza dough is doing. And oh my goodness, take a look at this, folks. That is a beautiful thing right there. It has risen nicely. take a look at that. Oh wow. Come take a close look at this. Just look at this beautiful, beautifully risen dough right there. Oh yes, this is gonna be an amazing, amazing pizza dough. Okay, let's take it out and shape it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so we're gonna shape this dough. We're gonna put it in some containers. But what I'm gonna do is just add just a tad bit of extra virgin olive oil to each of these containers, so the dough doesn't stick. So a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and yes, we are going to get 3 pizza doughs out of this recipe, and they're going to be around 310 to 315 grams per dough ball, which will make a beautiful 12 to 14 inch pizza, no problem. Okay, so let's put that on the weigh scale, tear that. All right, let's get this beautiful dough out of its container. And yes, these containers are all fantastic, whether it's this primary container or these smaller ones for stowing. Look at this air bubble there. Oh, this dough has risen so nice. I gotta tell you, I came up with this recipe, like I say, about 2 years ago. I developed it and I just absolutely love it. Okay, look at that dough. So I'm going to now cut a piece. Let's see how we do there. Okay, again, it's going to be a little sticky. 338, so I'm going to remove a little. 324, maybe just a little more. Okay, 317, a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So now I'm going to shape this dough into a round. And to do that, it's very, very easy. I'm going to do a 4-fold. One fold over, lift and fold, and do the other side, lift and fold, and this side, lift and fold. Okay? Now I'm going to turn it over, and then quite simply pull the dough ball towards me on this dry surface. And what happens is the dough grips the surface and it tightens up into a nice, beautiful, round dough ball. So I just pull it towards me, turn it, pull it towards me, turn it, pull it towards me. There we go. Look at that beautiful dough ball right there. That's a thing of beauty. I know I get excited about stuff like this, but it is exciting. Okay, so there's that one. Let's take a look. Get another one. Tear it just to make sure. That's 290. 304. 314. And let's see what our last one is. Our last one is 307. Okay, so we're good. They're all relatively about the same size. So let's get this one shaped and the other one shaped and into their containers. And there's our last one right there. Oh, again, just a nice, beautiful dough ball right there. So here's the thing now. Here's the beauty. Now, I know it took us a little while to get to this stage and a few steps, but I'm telling you right now, worth every minute of it. And you're going to see that with the final product, because we have 2 options at this point. So right now our doughs are ready. They can go in the refrigerator and sit and develop more flavor, and we can use it tomorrow or the next day. Or there's plenty of flavor in it right now because we had that slow overnight ferment. We could bake and make pizza right now. Well, not right now. We got to give it an hour and a half, 2 hours to rise. So how about we do that? Let's give it a couple hours. And now my other pizza dough recipes I baked just in my normal stove oven. I've always used the normal stove oven so that you could see any oven will make these pizzas. But today I'm going to use my commercial oven to also show that all my pizza dough recipes can be made at high temperature as well. So today I'm going to cook it at about 720 degrees. thereabouts Fahrenheit, and you're looking at a 2-minute pizza. So let's give these a rest for, we'll come back in 2 hours. I'll have my oven preheated and ready to go, and let's make pizza and take a look at this fantastic dough. Our oven is preheated. We are ready to go. Look at these beautiful pizza doughs just waiting to be baked. All right, let's start with our first one here. Let's get one going. Now, I like to use germ wheat semolina instead of flour, because the flour sticks to the dough and changes the complexity of the pizza. It changes the taste, but this does not, and it acts as little roller bearings, so it'll slide off the peel really, really nicely. So for me, it's all about the germ wheat semolina. All right, let's take a look at look at this dough. Oh my, oh, and again, it's sticky, okay, but it doesn't stick to you. So that's the key there. Now, if you want, you can also put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on your hands if you like. Or at this point with this dough, you could flip it and cover it in the semolina on the front and the back, but I'm just going to leave it just on the one side there. And basically I take the dough, look at this dough. Oh, it just feels amazing. It's got a great feel to it. And I'm just basically with my hands pushing out a bit to the side, okay, just to get it started into a round. And now we'll take that semolina, reposition it again, and then just with the palm of my hands, I just like to kind of roll the dough and thin it out a bit, roll it. Look at how nicely this dough handles. I'm telling you, this recipe has got it all. It's got it all. Okay, back down it goes. Okay, that's a good 12-inch pizza right there. I can make it a little thinner, so why don't we pick it up again and just make it a little bit thinner. Again, just let it, with the weight, its own weight, you just kind of let it pull down on its own weight. There, okay, you know what, that's good enough. I like that size. So, let's just get a little move over here. Let's get our peel. Let's dress our pizza. Okay, so again, here we go. Down it goes. That is a beautiful thing right there. Nice and slippery, perfect. Okay, so we're going to start off with my beautiful pizza sauce. And if you want to see how I make the sauce, I have a video. I'll put a link in the description for you. And of course I use San Marzano tomatoes. But before we do that, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Yes, that goes on first. Okay, we're going to brush that on. There we go. Get that beautiful extra virgin olive oil as our base. And then we're going to put a little bit in here to add to our crust after. Okay, so a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. There we go. Now we can add our sauce. Okay, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sauce. So I don't like to overdo it. That's probably enough right there. Let's see what we got. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful sauce. Lots of flavor on this San Marzano tomato sauce. And it is not cooked, by the way, it's raw. And again, I'll put a link in the description and you can see how I make it, because it's really, really good. Maybe just a tad bit more. There. Again, I don't want to necessarily overdo it. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so next let's get some pizza mozzarella. If you have fresh mozzarella, by all means, slice that up and use that. I don't have any right now, so I'm just going to use pizza mozzarella that I've grated. And again, I'm not gonna overdo it and really you know, cover it with tons of sauce. I just want, or tons of cheese. I just want enough cheese just to enhance that flavor. Okay, pepperonis. Let's get some nice before I put the pepperonis on, I have some mushroom bruschetta. Again, just a very little bit of mushroom bruschetta. I have some hot peppers too, but I'll put that on my next pizza. I think I'll leave this one mild. And I see I got a little bit of oil here on my peel. I'm going to move that because I want it to slide off very nicely. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like it. Now we can put our pepperoni on. Beautiful pepperoni. Spread that around. This pizza's looking good already. Looking good already. This is the fun part. You add the toppings as you like. And I have some beautiful fresh basil that I just picked from my spice garden. So let's add a little bit of basil. You can put it on before or after. I'm going to put it on right now before and let it cook with the pizza. That's a real big one. Let me save that one and put a couple smaller ones here. Okay, this is a big one too. Let me put that one aside as well. I'll put that on my next pizza. Alright, this one I'll use the smaller leaves, more delicate. Okay, there we go, just a little bit for flavor. There we have it. Okay, one pizza ready to go, not with tons of toppings on there, but oh yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, let's get it in the oven. Alrighty, and set the timer. 2 minutes. 2 minutes at about 720 degrees. Up top, the bottom element is only around 550. So we're going to give it 2 minutes, and can't wait to show you this pizza. Okay, we're coming up to 2 minutes, and it is 2 minutes right now. It looks amazing. Okay, 2 minutes, and let's take it out for another 3 seconds. Oh my goodness. Take a look. Just take a look at that pizza. Isn't that nice? Wow, a nice crispy crunch to the crust. Oh boy. Oh my folks. Now what I like to do is take some olive oil and brush it along just on the crust. This enhances the flavor very, very nicely. I like to do that. Just take a little bit of olive oil and brush it all over the crust. Now we got a nice shiny crust with some enhanced flavor. Just take a look at that pizza right there. Oh my, you know what? That's definitely photo worthy. I better grab a photo of this before I cut into it. I am so looking forward to this taste test. Oh, before I cut it, let's take a look at the bottom. You check it out. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's cooked perfectly on the bottom as well. Absolutely perfecto. Okay, so let's slice it up. A pizza slicer with a big wheel is the absolute best. It changes the angle when you cut as compared to a small wheel. Oh, look at this. Now what I like to do, I'll get my pizza plate here, and I like to get a perforated pan so it doesn't sweat, and then I slide the pizza. Look at that. Okay, yes, I'm totally excited, 100%. Alright, so there's our beautiful pizza. Let me, look at this crust here too. Let's take this piece right here. Oh, I poked it down just a bit. I want to show you Isn't that nice? Nice little aeration there. And the aeration is actually right in the dough as well. It's hard to tell maybe, but it's aerated right through there. Okay, I'm going in. Wow. It has the perfect chew, the perfect texture. How about the crispiness? Let's see here. Oh, perfect level of crispness. See the bottom? Folks, there's a reason I call my recipe this one my ultimate pizza dough, because it absolutely is the ultimate. Handles well, tastes well, has that bit of a rustic flavor because of the semolina that we used. Everything about this recipe is amazing. This is the one. Wherever you're tuning in from, you know I love to share my recipes. I love it more when you make them, especially this one, because I'd love to hear from you. You make this recipe and let me know what you think. But I really, really hope you give this pizza dough a try. It is absolutely amazing. You're going to love it. I want to thank you for joining me on today's episode of Cooking with the Koyas. And as always, until next time, buon appetito. I will eat this whole pizza easily myself. And oh, the other beauty of this dough, because it's a slow, long fermentation, you won't feel bloated. Very easy to digest. Unbelievable. And I have 2 more to make. Wow.